been a minute. I've been busy. Recently we had our Swift camp out, which was incredible. We had 25 people, took them up Buckhorn Canyon. It was great. It was awesome. It was very, very hot. It was about an 80-mile round trip, rode some new trail, and nobody got injured. So consider that a success. In other news, I have three major, semi-major projects lined up, which I'm very excited about. But today, we have a very special bike to work on. Kind of maybe one of the bikes that started it all. It's Quinn's Bianchi. This has been ridden hard for about a year and a half with nothing really done to it. We put the fenders on it in hopes that they would work pretty well. And she rode it a bit this winter, and unfortunately, the tire clearance is just not enough for the fenders. Additionally, we did that video a little while back, if you've been around that long, where she swapped the wheels out and put the tires on herself and the cassette and whatnot, which was really cool. But I will say these wheels, they look cool, but they're not the best for this bike. They're very deep dish and they're very skinny, which makes them super, super stiff. And for doing a little bit of gravel, even commuting on our not very super smooth roads, kind of sucks. So today, we're gonna fix those things. We're gonna pull the fenders off. We're going to swap the wheels back, and oh, it's missing a saddle. I've got a Charge ladle. If you're familiar with the spoon, this is the wider version. Quinn likes a wider saddle, so we'll be throwing this on her bike. And then, yeah. Shall we? Every part of me loves this bike. It's probably one of the prettiest bikes that I've personally built, and maybe the prettiest bike in town. That's just a, you know, that's a personal opinion. There's a couple other little maintenance things going on with the bike. It's shifting a little bit off. I did cheat a little bit, do some stuff off camera. I went into the shop and re-waxed the chain because it has been quite a while without being waxed, and it was getting a little grimy, so I cleaned it and re-waxed it, but I haven't touched anything else to do with the bike yet. So first things first, deep dish wheels, they gotta go. We're putting back on these wonderful Shimano Dior hub with what I believe are velocities. I'm not 100% sure on that. I have no idea. Someone took all the stickers off, but they're sturdy rims and they suit the bike much better. So let's do that. First things first, you gotta let the air out of the tube, out of the tire, so that you can pull the tire off. Then you're gonna take your, what's this called? Tire lever, pop the bead, and then the other bead you can only do by hand, and then your tire's off. Now you get your other rear wheel. Where's the valve hole? It's over here. Always got to make sure to line up your logos. So I put it on there, check the logo. Pop that on. Make sure you tuck the tube so you don't pinch it. And then you work the tight bead with the tire lever. Now your tire's on. This is the point where we're gonna put air in it, but you don't really need to watch that, do you? I'd say no. That's just me. So now I'm just gonna do the same thing with this one. It's pretty simple. Oh, didn't even need a tire lever for that one. Tires are pumped up. That was easy. I will need to take these skewers back off of these wheels because, you know, gotta use the skewers to put the wheel back on the bike. And then for the rear wheel, we gotta swap the cassette. I actually went all the way to work just to steal the tools that I need. Which is kind of ridiculous. I should probably just get my own. They're not that expensive, but I will, I'll show you what I like to use. So this right here is the Park Tool CP1.2. It is a chain plier, not the wraparound style. This makes everything easier. And then this is just a, you know, cassette tool. I don't know why or when I first tried the chain plier, but it works so much better and easier than like the standard chain tool. Just my preference. Now, if you never put a cassette on or off, there's one thing that you definitely need to be aware of. So when we look at the hub, there is one side or a little like notch right here that's bigger than the rest. So this one's wider. And then we got to go to the cassette and find the widest one here and line those up. That's it. You just got to make sure you do that. And then put the other cogs on and then tighten it down. It's quite simple. It's kind of, you know how babies have that like, the toy where they like match the shapes in the holes. That's basically what this is, but for adults. And I guess you could be a kid and do this too. You could probably be a baby and put a cassette on. And there we go. So these wheels are all set, and these old ones are going to go into the background where all the other nice stuff sits. Now we can focus our attention on these fenders because they need to come off. And this should be a lot easier than putting them on, let me tell you. So starting up front here, we have bolts here and here that are also shared with the rack. And then we have a bolt up here. And then the fender should be off. Now the rear ones, very similar. Have a bolt here. You have a bolt here. Have one up here. And then one all the way down here behind the cranks. And once all those are removed, it'll be off. It looks kind of naked. Oh well. Probably put the wheels on and then start going through the whole bike. I can't really think of a time where I can just kind of leave a bike alone. I always feel the need to be like changing and fixing things and trying to make it better. In this case though, I actually do feel like I'm doing something. I want the ride to be as good as possible for Quinn. Currently, it wasn't great. The tire's too big to fit through the V-brakes. So you gotta let out air to squeeze it in there. Could be worse though. The bike, it just looks naked now. What am I gonna do? Because the rims were skinnier on the last set of wheels that we had on here, the brakes are not gonna be adjusted properly. They're gonna be way too tight to even fit on these wheels. So I need to readjust these brakes so that they work. It might be too tight. It's a little too tight. But all I'm doing here, this is kind of the part that I never really show you, is moving this brake cable until it's the perfect ratio of pulling at the bar and space on the rim. So that feels like a solid brake pull. Now I just have to do a little bit of fine tuning with these little guys. Currently the brake, it's only pulling on this side. So we need to tighten this side. It's easy enough. Luckily this is a nice little Allen key one. Love when they're not the flat heads. I realize my arm is probably just the only thing you see in this shot, but that's fine. Just know that I'm doing hard work over here. Maybe I could loosen this side a little bit. Let this spring out. Pull feels nice and even. There we go, brakes. I'm gonna do the same thing on the front. It's just gonna be about 50% more annoying because there's this basket in my way. And I really couldn't be damned to take it off right now. So I just kind of gotta, those feel pretty similar. And that one already pulls even. So brakes are good. Now we have to do shifting. Shifting felt off before. Oh, it's also hitting the stand a little bit. But I'm just looking for this to work well. So it's a little too much cable tension. It's not dropping down. Do the barrel adjuster in a little bit. Okay, it's not shifting up. Do a little barrel adjuster out. Feels pretty good to me. Make sure that clutch is on. Feels even better now. Cool. What's left? Saddle. Now for saddles, I don't usually like to put them on in the stand just because I want to see what angle they're at. So we're gonna grab our 6mm. And the reason there's no saddle on this is because Quinn took her Brooks and put it on the Kona, which is her bike packing bike, which makes sense because long trips equals you need a comfy saddle. And the Brooks is the comfiest saddle. Everybody should know that by now. Maybe a little bit too much there. That looks pretty good. Nice flat with a little scoop. But I have it on the ground so I can see what the angle is going to be like. So I don't have to adjust it later because what's the point? Look at that. That looks pretty good. Cool. So, yeah. That's kind of all I had planned for today. I guess I should give an explanation why this bike has been sitting for a little while. If you're not already familiar, we built Quinn that rock hopper 4 or 5 months ago. You can find the video or videos here about it. But she loves that bike. She rides it everywhere. And we're gonna probably put fenders on that and turn it into a winter bike because there's a lot more room around the tires. So for the winter, we'll probably put some like semi-knobby tires on it. Right now it's got the same as this does, some Gravel Kings. Great bike. It's wonderful. She loves to ride it, but it doesn't have a huge gear range. And when she doesn't want to ride her bike packing bike, but we're gonna go do a hill like Bingham, this has a bigger range. This is also a faster bike. It's less rolling resistance and it rips. So she wanted to still be able to ride this, and I've been slacking doing other things. So now when she comes home later, she'll have her second bike back, third bike. Does she have 3 bikes? She has 3 bikes. If you liked today's video, you should let me know. Put something in the comments or like it or share it with a friend or dare even say subscribe to the channel. That'd be pretty cool. Now I've got 3 projects to get ready for. First one, I've got to go to the co-op today, and I'll take you along with me in the next video. But we're building a really cool bike for a cool dude. So yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully it's not in 3 weeks, but you never know.